This week we're going to talk about the difference between something that's blurry and something that's out of focus.
AdoramaTV presents Exploring Photography with Mark Wallace, where you will learn innovative techniques on shooting a wide range of photography.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Exploring Photography. I'm Mark Wallace and I'm joined by Leanne. She is our model. And remember, this is brought to you by Adorama. It's the camera store that has everything for photographers, tripods and cameras and lighting kits and flashes, you name it. Adorama has it, and it's where I get my gear, and you should look there too. Well, today I'm going to be talking about one of my pet peeves, and that is when people interchange the words blurry with out of focus. And I get this comment all the time on YouTube and in email and on Facebook. People are saying, hey, what's wrong with my image? It looks like it's totally out of focus and I'm not sure why. And then I look at the picture and it turns out it's blurry. Or somebody will ask me, hey, how can I get that blurry background, that really nice blurry background that you talk about? And that's not it. It's an out of focus background. Now, the reason that those two different things are really important to understand is one happens from the lens. You're controlling that from the lens. That's the focus. And the other one, the blur, you're controlling with your camera's shutter. And so you need to understand the difference between those two things, because if you can't figure those two things out, you can't either reproduce it every time or you can't fix it if you're having a problem. So we're going to talk about that. But first, let's hear about some contests from Adorama. Hi everybody, it's Mark Wallace. Make sure you check out Adorama's latest contest. You could win some great prizes. All right, let's start by talking about focus. What I have right now is I have my camera set so it's focused right here on Leanne. So this is in focus and the background back there is out of focus. So that's not a blurry background, it's an out of focus background. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I have my camera set to an aperture value of 2.8. That gives us really shallow depth of field. If you want to know more about depth of field, just check it out at the Adorama Learning Center. It's episode, I believe, 12 of Digital Photography 101. You can learn all about it. But we're going to take a picture of Leanne. So Leanne, look right at me, and I am focusing on her face. Okay, I've got it focused right on her face. You can see we have a nice clear image of her. The background is out of focus. Now watch this. I'm going to shift to manual focus and I'm going to twist my lens until I'm focused on the background. Take another picture. And now you can see that what we have is an out of focus picture. It's not blurry, she's out of focus. So to fix this image, what I need to do is focus with the lens. So I'll do that. We're going to shoot one more here. Yay. Perfect. All right. We fixed that image. So that's focus. Well, now let's talk about blur. Blur is caused when your shutter is open on your camera and the camera moves. And so what happens is when that shutter is open and everything's moving, you're getting all kinds of light and that causes blur. And so let me show you exactly what's happening. So what I've done here is I've changed my aperture value to 16. I've closed it way down. And by doing that, I can slow my shutter speed down. So my shutter speed is actually a 20th of a second. So really slow shutter speed. But I've got this tripod. So what I'm going to first do here is I'm going to focus on Leanne like I did before, lock down my tripod, and Leanne, be really still, and I'll take a picture. And we can see that that looks pretty clear. But what would happen if I loosened up my tripod here, and I took the same picture, and my camera's moving, and now you can see that that is a blurry picture. And so to fix that, what we need to do is we need to speed up our shutter or use a tripod. And that is the difference between something that's blurry and something that's out of focus. So don't confuse those two things, because if you want a nice out of focus background, what you need to do is use your aperture. If you want a blurry picture, well, you slow down your shutter speed, or if you want to fix the blur, speed up your shutter speed. You get the idea. Don't interchange blurry with out of focus. They're not the same thing, and once you know the difference, you'll be a better photographer, and you'll be on your way to successful photography. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget all the stuff that we've been talking about, depth of field and panning and blurring and all that kind of stuff. You can find all that stuff at the Adorama Learning Center, so there's lots of extra content to go through, and then you can see some other things that we shot right here on Exploring Photography. And you know what? You don't have to miss a single episode. Just click the subscribe button. It's absolutely free and you won't miss a thing. Well, thanks for joining me. I'll see you again next time. This is brought to you by Adorama. It's the store that blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Did she say cut? I think the lady walking behind us said cut. Really? Yeah. This lady walking across the street just yelled cut. She wants to be in the crew. Okay.
Do you want great looking prints at low cost? Be sure to visit our easy to use online printing service. Adorama Pix has professionals who treat your images with the utmost care that you can count on. For a quick turnaround on photos, cards, or albums, use AdoramaPix.com.